Federal Railroad Administration Office of Railroad Safety Hazard Material Compliance Manual. Chapter 1 about this manual. The goal of the Federal Railroad Administration Hazard Materials, also referred to as Hazmat Safety Program, managing risk inheriting the transportation of hazmat by rail. Achievement of the goal requires reducing and eliminating risk possible to protect public and course, ensure the economic, ensure the continuing and ensure the continuing economic availability of the nation. The goal is cultivated with the various compliance tools and included with the education, inspection, system assessment, and enforcement. The goal is directly responsible for field and the headquarters staff of the FRA's Off Railroad Safety Hazmat Division of the Office Chiefs of Council or RCC Safety Law and Division. The discipline manual provides with the guidance of the federal, state hazmat material inspectors regarding the inspection, investigating activities, evaluating irregularities, and these compliance with the federal laws, regulation pertaining to the transportation of hazmat. Information is manual includes intended to provide internal guidance. Does not provide any basis for the private party to challenge the FRA exercise enforcement discretion in any particular case. The guidance provided within this manual may be revoked, modified without prior notice at any time. The FRA manual supersedes all previous hazardous material enforcement or compliance manuals. Inspectors should use the Hazmat Material Compliance Manual as an aid in understanding the role, responsibility, the implementing of the Hazmat Material Safety Program. The success and effectiveness of the FRA's Hazmat Safety Program hinges on the ability of the inspectors to use good judgment strategies with the regulated industry with the compliance with the regulations is achieved. In carrying out the responsibility of the inspector, have considerable discretion. This manual should be used to guide an individual on how to exercise the discretion. If the manual does not provide adequate guidance for the particular situation or factual scenario, if there's any doubt of the meaning of any of the information provided in this manual, inspectors should seek assistance from the regulatory supervisor specialist, the appropriate Office of Railroad Safety Headquarters, Hazmat Material Staff, or the RCCC, Office of Chief of Counsel, Safety Law Division. This manual is to complement the Office of Railroad Safety General Manual. The General Manual provides detailed information regarding the FRA's overall operations, history, statutory authority, rulemaking process, inspection, investigation procedures. Both manuals are specifically intended for use of the hazmat material safety inspectors and technical specialists throughout the country who monitor the compliance with the federal law and safety regulations. The ability to transportate of hazmat material by rail, used both in disciplines specified with the specific manual. General manual will aid the FRA inspector in the uniform application and enforcement of federal hazmat material transportation safety laws, implementing regulations, including laws, regulations affecting security of hazmat material and transportation. All right, 1-1 Introduction. With the U.S. Department of Transportation implementation of the Federal Hazmat Material Transportation Safety Laws is coordinated with the Pipeline Hazard Material Safety Administration. The Pipeline Hazard Safety Administration is operating with the administrative responsibility for the propagating regulation and implementation of a federal hazard material transportation law. Each mode of the rail, water, high, and air is delegated responsibility to enforce the Department of Transportation regulations in the area of the expertise and familiarity. Under the guidance of the Pipeline Hazard Material Safety Administration, groups spanning all over the Department of Transportation modes of the work achieve the consistency, equity, fairness of the enforcement activities which goal improve safety, transportation, dangerous commodities regardless of how they move. The policy, directive, procedures, guidelines contained in this manual are designed to ensure effectiveness of the use of available resources by adhering to the policy, directives, procedures, guidelines. Inspectors will uniformly, consistently apply with the enforcing the federal hazmat material transportation law, implementing regulation through the nation, the uniformity necessary of achieving the program management and execution. Inspectors should refer to the manual as necessary to obtain the clear understanding of his or her role in carrying out the FRA mission. The inspector is encouraged to review the manual thoroughly, promptly report any of the errors, unclear statements, into the supervisor, staff, director of the Hazmat Division. The manual of this property of the FRA is intended for the FRA and participation state hazmat material personnel only. Comments, suggestions for the future changes, addition manual are invited and should have forwarded the staff, director, Hazmat Division through the relevant regional specialists. In this manual, the rules of language construction established for the Hazmat Material Regulations (HMR) At Title 49 CFO Code Federal Regulations, Section 171.9, apply unless the context requires otherwise. 1-2. Comments for interested persons. As required by the Freedom of Information Act, Title 5 U.S. Standard Code 55.2, the manual is available for the public review. Interested persons are invited to submit the constructive comments regarding the content of this manual and making recommendations regarding any material that they provide should be added. 1-3. Updating the manual. As changes, revisions, deletions, and occur in the manual, revised pages will be sent to the FRA Hazmat material enforcement personnel, along with a notice and identified describing the revisions being made. The page number of the manual is identified at the bottom of the page. At appropriate intervals, a checklist of the revised pages will be issued to show how each of the page number has been changed and the effective date of the change. When the checklist is received, the manual holder should be replaced with the effective pages in the manual and file the checklist in the front of the manual. This page is intentionally left blank. It's inserted to entitled for the Chapter 2 here. Chapter 2, Basis for Regulation and Inspection.